Hey everyone, we're Matt and Michael from the Webb and Young Group, Remax Hallmark J Realty.
And this is the Real Estate Roundtable.
Winter is honestly one of the most beautiful times to look at rural properties. Snow-covered fields, quiet concession roads, frost hanging in the trees. It's peaceful, it's private, and it really captures the cozy country lifestyle a lot of buyers are searching for.
And for many people, this is actually the season where rural life clicks. They picture the wood stove going, the long drives lit up at night, and the sense of space you just don't get in town.
But winter is also different.
It's not bad, just different. And understanding how winter affects rural properties is what allows you to buy and sell with confidence instead of uncertainty.
So when you buy rural, you're not just buying bedrooms and bathrooms, you're buying systems.
Exactly. Septic systems, wells, roofs, grading, drainage, driveways, outbuildings, heating systems, and winter naturally hides a lot of these things.
That doesn't mean that winter is a bad time to buy or sell. It simply means the transaction has to be structured properly.
And that's where experience representation matters. A winter rural deal needs more planning, more conditions, and more foresight than a summer in-town sale. Let's talk septic systems first, because this is one of the biggest concerns for rural buyers.
In winter, septic inspections are usually limited inspections. The ground is frozen, there is snow coverage, and inspectors can't always see every component the way they can in warmer months.
And that doesn't mean the system is bad, it just means that visibility is reduced.
But the nice thing is, winter can also give us something valuable. It stress tests septic systems.
If a septic system has shallow lines, poor slope, marginal insulation, or design issues, winter is often when those weaknesses will show up.
If a system doesn't freeze, doesn't slow down, and continues to drain properly through prolonged cold, that's actually a very strong positive sign.
Yeah, frozen ground and snowmelt also put pressure on drainage. If wastewater isn't backing up, surfacing, or slowing in winter, that's a green flag for buyers.
So our job is to protect buyers by structuring offers correctly, whether that's with warranties, service records, or post-thaw inspection conditions.
And for sellers, transparency is everything. Pumping records, maintenance invoices, installation details. Having that information up front builds confidence and prevents deals from falling apart later.
Snow can also hide roof wear, shingle damage, flashing issues, and attic ventilation problems.
Which is why attic inspections become especially important in winter. Moisture, insulation levels, airflow, these things can still be evaluated even if the roof itself is covered in snow. And winter actually gives us a unique clue that we don't often get in summer.
One of the biggest is icicles.
Icicles might look nice, but they can also be a warning sign.
Heavy icicles along the eaves can indicate heat loss through the attic. Warm air escapes, melts the snow, then refreezes at the roof edge, and that can lead to ice damming.
And ice damming can push water back up under the shingles and into the home, which can cause interior leaks, ceiling damage, and long-term moisture issues.
Winter is often when roof problems first show themselves, not because winter causes them, but because winter exposes them.
And another thing we want to watch for is snow movement on metal roofs.
You'll sometimes see large sheets of snow slide off when temperatures rise. That tells us the roof surface is doing its job, but also raises questions about snow guards, entryways, and drainage considerations below.
So even when the roof is snow covered, there's still a lot we can learn just by understanding how the snow behaves.
Sellers who prepare early with disclosures, warranties, or recent inspections tend to sell faster and with far fewer complications.
It's about reducing uncertainty. Buyers don't mind winter, they mind surprises. So drainage patterns, grading, septic beds, culverts, all of these things can be completely hidden under snow.
That's where surveys, title searches, and property maps become essential.
And winter can actually reveal things we don't always see in summer.
So on warmer winter days, not just the spring, when snow starts to melt, we can sometimes see water buildup around foundations and even moisture or water showing up in basements that we would not normally see, and it wouldn't be visible during summer months.
So those midwinter thaw cycles give buyers a real-world look at how the home handles changing conditions and one of the most stressful times of year for rural properties.
It allows us to identify grading concerns, drainage flow issues, foundation vulnerabilities, and where water naturally wants to move across the land.
So for buyers, this helps you understand where water flows, where easements exist, and how the land actually functions.
And for sellers, again, providing surveys and clearly marking well and septic locations can dramatically smooth the process.
So wells are also one of the most important rural systems and one of the most expensive to fix if something goes wrong.
So water testing, flow testing, and pump service records give both buyers and sellers peace of mind.
Winter is actually one of the best times to evaluate wells.
Households use far more water in the winter: showers, laundry, humidifiers, livestock watering. So you're testing the well under peak real-world demand.
So if water pressure is good, recovery is strong, and lines stay protected through prolonged cold, that's a very positive sign.
Frozen lines, pressure loss, slow recovery, those are the early warning signs winter can expose.
And that gives buyers a much more honest picture of the system's true performance.
Winter also hides frost heave, culvert conditions, and grading around driveways.
But here's the flip side. Heating systems are working their hardest in the winter, which actually makes this a great time to see how they run and truly perform.
So furnaces, boilers, heat pumps, wood systems, winter tells the truth.
When you start looking at equestrian properties or large acreage in winter, there are additional layers of consideration.
So snow can hide pasture conditions, wet areas, damaged fencing, drainage swells, buried debris, old foundations, even burn pits from historic farm use.
What looks like wide open, usable land in February can feel very different once the snow melts in April.
That's why we often recommend follow-up visits, aerial mapping, historical research, post-thaw walkthroughs for these type of properties.
Yeah, winter rural transactions aren't risky. They just require experience, structure, and honesty.
So with the right conditions, the right inspections, and the right team, winter can actually be one of the best times to buy or sell rural properties.
And so if you are considering a rural purchase or sale this winter, we're happy to walk you through what to look for and how to protect yourself every step of the way.
That's it for this episode of the Real Estate Roundtable.
Like, subscribe, and reach out if you want a property-specific conversation, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Take care, everyone.